I'm recording to mine.
Okay, and then make sure everybody's muted.
Actually, I have to request permission from you, so please record, Christy.
It says it's recording. It says it's recording. Now, I'm always the one that doesn't know what to do after the recording. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, what? Because I don't do it very often. So anyway. All right. Well, I thought it'd be amusing to, oh, awesome. I can't minimize it when I'm recording the meeting. Awesome. Okay, so I thought it'd be amusing. I don't know if you can see, but I'm doing a call to action, and I wear a shirt that says, ask me about my bot. Okay, so I thought that was pretty fitting as well because, you know, that's kind of a call to action also. Oh, great. Lauren hid her face, so I can't see her reaction as to how I'm doing on my call. There you go. All right, so call to action. As I was telling Lauren earlier, this was not my topic of choice because it's not something that I feel like I'm extremely strong in. However, I felt like if it was something that I'm not strong in, I need to be better at it. So I told them that I would do it, so I would actually research a little bit about it and try to become better at it because, you know, when you need to, when you struggle with something, if you'll research it a little bit, it makes you a better coach and a leader because of that. So I have to be honest here. For a while, all of my call to action posts were stolen from other people. So I basically took their posts, copy and pasted it, and put it as my own. Now, that being said, I reworded it because I needed to make it my own. You never just flat copy and paste somebody else's post. You need to make it your own. And I mean by that, I use y'all a lot, and I know LaShawna will appreciate that, but I use y'all a lot. I'm from Oklahoma. So if I was to type up a post and use y'all in it, that might not be what everybody else uses in the way they speak. So, you know, you need to copy and paste it and then reword those, take that out, input your own word in there, however that goes, and, you know, kind of just make it your own. But anyway, I did that for quite a while. And here recently, I've noticed that because I've stopped trying to impress other people and stopped worrying about what they thought of my posts, it became a lot easier for me to ask that question or, you know, give a call to action at the end of my post because it became more natural for me. And that is one thing that I have found in all areas of this, this business is that you need to be authentic. You need to also remember that there is a person on the other end and try to treat them the way you would want to be treated. So even in your messages or in your posts, you need to think about being that person on the other side and read it as if you were the one that that it was being approached to you. Like if I was speaking to myself, is this the words that would make me want to click on the link or would make me want to actually do the call to action? So anyway, the stuff that I found on, the stuff that I'm giving you today, I basically found online, which again, this goes with anything that we struggle with in the coaching. Do a quick search. You can use Google. I used Google. I used YouTube. And if you can be disciplined enough, you might jump on Pinterest because I found a few things on Pinterest as well. But again, you need to make sure that you are disciplined and you don't get sidetracked. I spent about an hour today researching some stuff, and then I just took a little bit of notes and dropped those down here to share with you. I do have some YouTube links for some videos that I've watched today, and I would like to share those with you guys later. But my main thing with that is make sure that with any of this stuff, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Make sure that you are just using stuff that other people have done and have been successful with and that works for you. So the definition of a call to action is a piece of content intended to induce a viewer, reader, or listener to perform a specific act, typically taking the form of an instruction or directive. Okay, so when would you do a call to action? To me, you do a call to action anytime that you have something to invite to. So if you have a challenge group coming up, or if you have one of our sneak peeks coming up or something like that, you want to do a call to action to invite people into that group. it can be anything. Make sure that you have a calendar out so that you follow through with it. So if you're inviting them to something, that you actually follow through and do that event that you're inviting them to. Let's see. So a call to action, how often would you do one? This is different depending on who you are, what you're inviting to, all that sort of thing. It depends on your audience, but it's going to be unique to you. So that's not really something that I can answer on. You do a call of action because it makes people actually take action. You need to ask them a question or ask them to do something to make them like interact with you. So an example of a call to action is like if you've seen like commercials on TV or even the ads like that's in Facebook, you'll see a buy now or call now to reserve your spot, maybe sign up today for free, find out more, get yours today. Those are the types of things that that you look for or that are call to action examples. So we're basically trying to move from Facebook to Instagram for a lot of our stuff. So some of this stuff just applies to Instagram, but it can be used for either side. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a photo that's going to capture people's attention. Make sure you use filters, whatever that's going to draw them into your post, because you're not going to be able to be successful with your call to action unless they read it. So you're going to have to get that first. So you might want to create an engaging caption using some creative fonts or something like that on your picture. But again, you're going to have to get their attention first. So that is first and foremost. The other thing too is to make sure that you have your timing. Timing by like the time of day. Again, with Google, you can Google and they will tell you times that are best for Beachbody posts and that sort of thing. Now, I have found for myself personally that around 5 o'clock is a really good time for my audience to interact with me. I don't know if they're just getting off work and they're like checking their Facebook page then just before they leave or why, but I know 5 o'clock is a really good time for me to post to get some engagement. So I try to post around that time. Make sure you're interacting with them authentically. Again, I cannot emphasize that enough. Make sure that it's not scripts, that sort of thing. Make sure that you're responding to them the way you would want responded to. A lot of people like to focus on a theme. So if you're you're inviting to a challenge group that is leading up to summer, it might be bikini bodies or, up to Halloween and Christmas and all that, lose some pounds before the candy or, something like that. The themes will really catch people's attention and it will leave a thought in their head. So that way, when they're trying on their Halloween costume and it doesn't fit, they're like, somebody was doing a fitness challenge on that. So you're going to, they're going to remember you and then look back at your thing and see what your call to action was on that, what they could do to get back in that costume. You're going to also want to find your target audience and post or do your posts to engage them. So you're not going to post stuff that relates to horses and such like I would, because your audience doesn't interact with the horses. I used to have horses a while back, so a lot of my posts back then were around barrel racing and that sort of thing. Well, now I don't do that anymore, so I can't post to that because my audience isn't going to interact with me when I don't have horses of my own. So make sure that it relates to your audience. One of the other things that I'd like to talk about too is the hashtags. So you're going to want to talk about or use hashtags that are relative to your posts. Getting all tongue-tied, I apologize. But you're going to want to use hashtags that relate to your posts and that you actually research. That is something that's been really big here lately, is to make sure that I lost where I was on these. I used to use cheesy hashtags like I shouldn't have eaten that or I slept in too late. Well, nobody's going to research those hashtags to find you. You need to use the hashtags that are that relate to your posts, the bikini bod, Halloween candy, that sort of thing. So make sure you do that so that way you're pulling in more of an audience. And if you need help with that, make sure in Instagram you can go to the magnifying glass and search on that. use that post to search for hashtags that are relative right now. I hear somebody clearing their throat. Do I need to mute somebody? There's so many people on. You always make me nervous. All right. So some typical call to action posts are typically like a question at the end of your post. So it can be something like, if you're interested, drop a GIF. It can be, my most recent one was to drop me a heart if you want the free workout from the Lift 4. I had a lot of people that, dropped the heart. I had some people that loved the post, whatever, but it's getting that interaction on your post that you want, that you're wanting. So those people did that call to action. You ask them to do something and you're going to respond to them. Make sure you respond to everybody. You can tell them to tell you what you think in the comments below about a question that you asked. Or let's see, you can tell them that you want to know why people feel this way and ask them to, comment that kind of thing below. But you need to ask them a question and have them comment. You also, a great way to make them comment below is if you make a sense of urgency. So, I only have 10 spots available for this challenge group. You better hurry. It ends at midnight tonight. I need to hear from you before then or the price goes up. The sense of urgency is an amazing way to get people to respond pretty quickly too. You can also tell them what their actions will do if they respond to you. You respond quickly so we can get you started with your results. It's time to start your own transformation story. Stuff like that. That helps a lot to get people to respond to you. But something I've found is that people actually avoid doing call to actions because it's kind of like asking for a sale. People just don't like to do it. It feels icky. If it feels icky, that means you're doing it wrong. You should never feel like it's gross or it's salesy or anything like that because it should be authentic. Authentic to you, authentic to your business, whatever that means for you. I don't ever feel bad about doing it. I always ask, I try to always ask at the end of my post for somebody to respond to me because if I don't ask the question, they're not going to have the answer. So, or they're not going to answer. So you're not going to know what they think of your post. You're not going to know if they're interested. And then, you just regroup. So if you didn't have anybody respond to that post, take that, learn from it, and then reword it, ask it again, ask a different time, that sort of thing, and just learn from your past experiences. So I haven't looked at the chat because I get really nervous on this kind of stuff. So I'm at Walmart, says Twyla. Julia, thank you. Lauren has to pee. Twyla says the same. So does anybody have any questions? I know I went really fast and I feel like I didn't help much, but this wasn't a topic that I felt really comfortable about, even though it's something that I feel like can't be done. Keep talking. Okay, well, let me see. So Lauren's assistant is the one that came up with this topic for me. So she scrolled through my Facebook page and said that she sees that I do this well. So my biggest thing is, like I said, you have to ask the question or they won't respond to you. So what does it hurt to ask? My dad is old. My dad is 78 years old, and he has taught me my entire life that if you don't ask, you won't know the answer. So like he basically was always in reference to yard sales. My dad, something can be a quarter, and he will ask if they'll take a nickel for it. He will ask if they'll take a dime for it. He has no shame with that because he's like, what does it hurt? If you don't ask, you won't know. If Lauren wouldn't have asked me over and over again, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So don't hesitate to ask the questions. They don't automatically know that you have a challenge group going on. They don't automatically know what a challenge group is, but they're not going to ask that question. You ask the question for them to answer, to come to you. And that's how that works, because like I said, we wouldn't be in this business if we wouldn't have been asked. So again, you have to put yourself at the other end of the conversation and respond to that or ask the question the way you would want to ask to you. Ashley looks so into whatever she's watching. And not every person sees every post. Yes. So don't hesitate to even, and that's something with, it's not sponsored posts, but it's the other one. I know I see Shauna's all the time. You pay for posts on Facebook. Are they sponsored posts? Is that what it is? You pay for it. If you have a post that does really, really well, that has a call to action at the end, and you have a lot of responses to it, you can go through Facebook, and I think it's a sponsored post. You sponsor it, and then that post will randomly go out to people that are not in your feed or not your friends. It will go outside your network, and then those. Oh, I thought you were, Lauren, you know what this is called. You've done this before. But there's one that you don't do because it only sends to the people that you're already friends with. But there's another version that's also paid that goes outside of your friends list that will draw other people in. Boosting is the one that you don't want to do, right? Boosting is the one that you don't want to do because it's only your friends. It's your current friends in your current network, that sort of thing. The sponsored post is the one that you want to do that's outside your network. So it's going to draw different people that you're not currently reaching back to you. So if you have, because I've been meaning to do this with a couple of posts that I have, Ashley's already thinking. Her brain's going, I can see it. But that's something that I've been meaning to do, because if you have a post that has a lot of interaction and you've got your friends, your people posting on it, you want to send that out to other people and draw more people into you. So that is a really good way. You kind of test the waters with your people, and if it goes over well, then you send it out, because Facebook will send it out at random times and that sort of thing, so you reach extra people. You can play around in Page Manager and usually find it. Yes, it is in your Page Manager. It's down the left side of your screen when you're on Facebook. But again, the boost posts, not telling you how to do it, but to me, boost posts are a waste of money because it's reaching people that you're already reaching. So why would you pay for that? So it's the sponsored post that you want, so it goes outside your network. Anybody else have any questions? Keep me talking. I know I went by really quick. I had like 2 pages of notes, and I like skimmed over a lot of it because I went off on some tangents in some of my notes about like the hashtags, and also like, because the call to actions to me also means that it doesn't need to be business related. Call to actions can be gathering interest on your page itself. So you can ask what shoes to wear with this dress, or what color curtains match better with the walls in your office, or where's the best place to buy whatever. To me, those are call to actions as well, because they're going to gain interest on your page to where people start looking on your page for stuff. They'll remember that you asked that question, so they'll go back to your page to pull that up, and they might see something fitness related that catches their eye. Again, with the pictures, got to make sure your picture catches people's interest. So there's always that too. Your husband's watching the World Cup.
I know, shoot me, this stupid World Cup needs to end. We love soccer, but dang, enough is enough, people. Also, like you were talking about call to action and asking about shoes and all that stuff. And I had a really good point, and it was like something I'd seen that had worked really well. It was finding people who are in your niche, but it was just talking about, like today I talked about how I suck at plants, and I had so many people message me about, having a black thumb, and, I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but it was engaging people. Like a call to action, like you said, Carrie, isn't just click below or comment that's what it was. Some of you will remember Coach Caleb.
Yes, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's super awesome, but he was always click, like, share, or like or share this post. And it wasn't like a big deal, right? He said it after everything. But every time you liked that post, it showed up in somebody else's newsfeed, and it showed that you liked it. And every time you shared it, other people got to see it. And or maybe you heard something in the post that you thought, oh, my friend needs to hear this. So you shared it directly on their wall, so then all of their friends got to see it. So that is a call to action in and of itself. It doesn't have to have a sales pitch connected to it, but just like or share show some love, love, like, share, happy face, all those things. There's so many choices now, but just that one click in action allows what you shared to be seen in other places. So maybe that's a call to action.
Right.
My question was, what for you guys, what calls to action have been really productive? Like, and I'm not saying the little call to action was the reason that people liked your post, but maybe there was something that you changed. Maybe you said it a different way. Maybe you got more interaction because you worded something differently. And, is there something that you tried that, or you said, or you shared that people actually commented more on that post? And it was fun. It's fun to get those.
I've had two recently, and one was that heart post, and it was just drop me a heart or drop me love, and it showed the heart like in parentheses if you want the free Live 4 workout, and that's not the wording on the post, but I had a bunch of people from that. But people also like to be creative. So one of the posts I had, it was in relation to it was a while back, but it was in relation to like a free food group of some kind. And so I told them to drop their favorite food emoji below. And people just like to do that. They like to scroll through and find that. Or the gifts. My husband's like a gift freak. He's got I can't even tell you how many he probably has saved on his phone, but he loves stuff with that. So, some people like to search that kind of thing. And so when you ask them to be creative in their responses, a lot of times they're a little bit more willing to respond.
I just asked it in the chat, but the food thing was fun. I got a lot of responses from that one because it was to be, wasn't it?
I think mine was from before that, but.
Oh, okay. That one really worked well for me because it was cucumber means, you overeat. This, maybe the eggplant meant you didn't like to work out, but you love to cook. And so people had to go and search out and find that icon, which I thought was funny because I'd never used the eggplant before because it has another meaning, by the way, and we don't talk about that. Just saying. And I learned that the other day, and I was like, excuse me, what is an eggplant? No, it means something else, Mom. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
There was one going around about if you want to lose 0 to 10 pounds, this color heart, 10 to 15, this color. There was that one that went around also.
I feel like those are, we have a goal. Sorry. I feel like those are more fun because they're interactive. Mm-hmm. They make people read the whole post because they're like, ooh, what am I? And then they have to find that corresponding heart or that emoji, and they've got to post it. And they probably don't think that they're going to be engaged in a conversation, but they're participating. So I like those too. It's just, I should see the movie Blockers. I don't know if I want to, if we're talking about eggplants. So,
Karen, I'm sure Karen has seen it. Karen's like a movie freak. She's watched all movies, so I'm sure she's seen that one. Is that the one
she knew what eggplant meant? So
the parents are chasing around the kids' prom night. Is that the one that?
What?
Yeah. So the parents or the kids are going out to prom, and they read a text that they were sending or something that said what was going to happen at prom or after prom, and the parents go out to try to successfully block these things from happening. So it's a comedy. I'm not sure it's really funny to people that have children that are prom age, but
yeah, I was gonna say my kid went to prom. Let's just be clear. But yeah, back to calls to action. It would be awesome if every amazing post we had a call to action. I suck at calls to action, by the way. So Carrie, well done.
Well, thank you.
I'm horrible at them. So I forget to do them all the time.
Well, like I said, I don't feel like it hurts to ask. So you just have to make sure that your post leads up to this question, that it's not a totally off the wall thing. And then, oh yeah, by the way, this, and it just doesn't hurt to ask. What's the worst thing that can happen? They don't respond. Well, guess what? They're not responding anyway. So why does it matter if you ask the question?
Swaggy.
Lashana's got the puppy bag again.
You're so cute. Oh, the baby.
There's going to be an influx of puppies now in Team Thrive because Lashana's going to bring it.
Swaggy.
Does anybody have any questions or any thoughts on that? Come on, Karen. Quit raising your eyebrows at me. I see you. It's not fair because the rest of them cheated and keep their camera off. You need to do more of these, Lashana. Like I said, I don't know what the right formula is as to how often or how. I know you probably don't want to do more than one a day unless they're not related, but just just ask a question. I had always thought that up until you filled your you hit Success Club 6, you ask pretty much every day until you get your quota your quota done, and then just switch questions, ask a different question. But the thing is, you don't want to ask too much because you don't want to burn people out, but change your question every day. It doesn't have to be to that challenge group. The next day, ask a personal question. Ask, where do you buy a desk at? Because this is something that I've been recently going through because I'm redoing my office. What are you doing?
Lindsay said she's breaking out, and I was showing everyone my third eye. So I don't even want to hear that your camera's off because you're breaking out, because I literally have a third eye and I'm face is on. Look, Shauna has one too. It's a horn. Our cameras are on. Look, see? Hello. We should take a zip picture. I don't even want to hear it. It's breaking out my butt.
I'm home now, so I just wanted to say I'm home. I made it back from Walmart.
Twyla is safe.
And Julia's afraid of her double chins.
She's driving though, so let's just keep her safe.
Yeah, well, yeah. She's at least listening in.
I did want to tell you guys, I did something really bold this week, and it was a call to action, but it was in one-on-one conversations. I'm sure you guys have these people. I've had the same people, because I posted about, hey guys, we're having the live lift thing, only 50 spots. You guys all did that, right? Like, it was a great way to get people engaged. We have another goal. Okay, sorry. Soccer family, psycho. And so it was really good, but I was watching the same dang people that had been in my information group, my free 2B, like all my free groups. It's the same dang people. They've already got the free lift workout. They just wanted the other free lift workout. And I was like, it's the same workout, just live. Like, come on, have you not done the other one? So I'm sitting here watching these same names pop up on my screen. And I basically went to these people who have followed, stalked, sat on the sidelines for years. I wouldn't have done this with just anybody, so just hear me out. And I've known some of these people a long time. I finally said, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of spinning your wheels? You have been in every single free group I have ever offered. You have made no progress. You have the same excuses. You have the same story. You have the same starting point as you did 2 years ago. You still have not committed to you. I believe in you. Why don't you? Ouch. I've had some great conversations. I've had a lot of, you're right, I'm ready. Will they follow through? I don't know. But at least they said the right thing this time. At least we got over that hump and we're not still stuck here. We've jumped over that speed bump, if you will. And I was just like, dang, for the love, stop. Not because I won't still add them to my free group, as all of you would, but because I was like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything for yourself. You're not progressing. You're not doing yourself any favors by doing one workout. Do more. And come on. And, it's now it's going to take getting them to the next step because they finally realized that they've been doing nothing. And so we'll see. But that was a really ballsy call to action that I was not thinking I would ever, make. But I was like you said, Carrie, what's it going to hurt? If you never ask the question, you're just being an enabler. And I don't want to enable them to continue to suck. I should probably say that. I should say that. That should be my next post. I am not an enabler. I refuse to enable you to keep sucking. If you ever see that, I want you to blow it up and love it. So why can't we be that bold? Especially with people who have followed, stalked, sat on the sidelines for a year or more because they're not doing themselves any favors. So that's going to be my next call to action. And Julia just said, do it. So I like a challenge. I'm going to get a lot of people unfriending me, and I don't freaking care.
Okay, so the end of the call was supposed to be a call to action for everybody that's on the call. So
Don't do
Lauren
that.
already assigned herself her own call to action. So
Hashtag.
everybody, what is your call to action going to be after this call? You can either type it or unmute yourself to do it. But everybody needs a call to action after this call is over. Ashley's thinking. She's so funny. Everything shows on her face. She doesn't hide anything.
Okay, I literally have a shirt that a friend of mine got me that says I cannot be held responsible for what my face does when you talk, because everything is written on my face. Like there's no hiding it. It's just there.
I'm the same way though. Matt tells me all the time. He's like, I'm never playing poker with you ever, or taking me to play poker, because he's like, everybody will be able to read your face instantly.
Yeah,
I think it's. He thinks of it as a flaw, and I think it's a good thing. But I guess it depends on what we're trying to do.
Honest.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's a good thing, because we're always honest. So what's your call to action, Ashley, since you're talking?
I don't have a clue. That's why that was the face. I was trying to figure it out. I don't know.
When was the last time you posted a call to action on your page?
Yesterday.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I posted one yesterday. I have noticed too, and I was going to pop on a second ago. So the last couple of days, I've posted very random things. If you've followed my page at all, you've seen my snake videos.
Movies.
We have a snake that tends to like to frequent my front porch these days. So I've had 2 live videos, both of which are like over almost 400 views each. I'm like, oh, so people like to see the look of sheer panic on my face. Fantastic. But I've gotten a lot of engagement on other stuff since I've posted them. And I've also posted a couple of random things. Like, I don't know if you saw this morning, I posted about being a shark on Monday morning.
Yeah.
If anybody saw it, it was super, probably not appropriate. And I was like, please excuse the bad language, but I just don't care.
No, it
and
was
I had so many people that shared it and were like, yes, girl, I'm stealing it. And I was like,
you have to repeat it.
Okay. You want me to read it?
So good. I laughed.
I actually showed it to my boss and he laughed too. It said, do sharks complain about Monday? No, they're up early, biting shit, chasing stuff, being scary, reminding everyone they're a fucking shark. So
that was so funny.
Be a shark. So little things like that have gotten a lot of engagement and have gotten a lot of traction for me. A lot of like people just coming out of the woodwork and being like, yeah, girl, thanks for that. I needed that. And
so did you use any hashtags on that? Like
I did.
your snake videos or anything? Because
not on the videos.
No.
Not on the videos. I don't
views and stuff in if they didn't. If it wasn't the hashtags. Because apparently people search hashtags all the time.
This was on Facebook. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. On the shark thing, my hashtags were please excuse the language, be a shark, and Monday motivation. But I don't use a lot of hashtags on Facebook. I usually only use them on Instagram. But the videos, like my first video, I didn't even have a caption to it. Because I literally was in the middle of handling the snake outside and I just like hit live and I was like, guys, I can't deal. I can't handle this. Evidently it was just funny and people like to laugh at me being panicked. So whatever.
Okay. I just thought maybe the hashtags might have drawn in, but okay. All right. Does everybody have a call to action? Because everybody else is being quiet. No. LaShawna's thinking. I can see her wheels turning. She's trying to come up with one. Okay, well, my call to action would be for everybody to post a call to action today. to invite them to something. We have 2 weeks from today till the Live 4 workouts start coming out. So maybe you invite to your challenge group or something like that. But I am going to request that everybody post a call to action today. And it can be one that's personal. Ask a personal question. You like my hair up or down? Do you think this haircut would look good on me? Whatever the case may be. But everybody post a call to action. Does that sound good? I just did one yesterday to Push for Success Club, so I will come up with another one. Sounds good. Lauren, do you think I should shower? Yeah, awesome one. That one works. Like I said, it can be personal. That could be okay. I'm pretty sure you know the answer to that one. Lashana, do you have an idea? I can't believe you've been muted this whole time. You always talk. There you go.
I'm with my family, so I had it muted because I'm in here with all of them.
When did you meet your family?
My kids are still up.
Ah. Can you create a poll on IG for that and share your results, please?
Tell me.
I did a call to action today for my 2B Mindset group, but I'll do another one. I just don't know what I'm going to do. It might be something completely off of not to do with working out or anything because I've blown them up this weekend about that.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Did you guys get anything out of it? Do you have any questions?
Show me.
Okay, I'm sharing my calls to action. And I'm feeling a little bit punchy. Okay, I'm no longer enabling you to stay where you are. My goal is to help you and not enable you to stay stuck. I'm still working on the language. Can you tell I don't want to be like really abrasive? My job is to help you move forward, but I'm not a bulldozer. You better move.
Your
I
kids
want to be
love
funny.
It is funny. I like that. But that's a good way though to grab attention too. Are you gonna like put a picture with a bulldozer?
I haven't figured out if I'm going to be like pushing an immovable object or it's going to be like
Impose a bulldozer and yeah.
I'm just going to go find farm equipment, and try to push it.
Well, use your photoshopping skills.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it just, yeah, I really haven't had to do many calls to action in my career, but when I do,
Why aren't you still on?
I want to make them funny because I want people to like laugh and be like, you're right. But I need to do calls to action. So this is a good reminder.
Lashana's kids kill me. They love to be in the videos. Mine like hide from me. If they know I'm doing a video, they hide. And hers is in the background dancing.
Constantly.
That's awesome though.
I'm running a free group right now. And so I'm making them walk for 30 minutes and then come in and I'm doing like a small 10-minute Tony video. And I'm getting some traction out of it to move on to my next challenge group. But anyways, Kylie's in every video, like doing something. See?
See, there she is.
But I think it's awesome. I think, do you use hashtags to like kids in videos or something like that? Because you should.
No, I need to. But the one of them last week where Braxton was like doing the snake, and there's my husband.
I mean, what?
This is why I normally go in the other room during the calls. But tonight I was trying to stick with my family. The one I had the other day where my kids were in the video while I was working out, it's got more views than any one I've ever posted.
I've noticed that with my nephew because I use my nephew in a lot because, again, my kids hide and my nephew likes the camera. So, like,
yeah.
The one with I did the bear hops from the Lift 4 video with him hop. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe the amount of comments and stuff that I have. I put him on my back just because he was just whatever. And I didn't think it was going to work well. I figured he was going to like end up with something broken and it was going to be one of those videos. But I did the video anyway, and then I was like, oh, well, that was cute. That actually ended up working out. So I ended up using it, and I got a lot of traction on that one too.
Yeah, my kids definitely bring the views for sure. I find by myself, it's not near the views, so it's going to be boring when they go back to school.
The concept of what, Lauren?
We're talking about TV mindset.
Oh.
Now there's fighting.
Okay, let me mute myself.
She's like, I'm not going to handle it, but I'm going to mute myself. Let them do it. Let's see, Lashana, running 2B mindset groups monthly has helped me reach people that I just won't,
Because I had
click.
just said I can't wrap my mind around TV mindset or can't get behind it. That's probably the wrong terminology to use. I love the concept. I love what it does for people. Don't get me wrong. And it's a great program, but it's so self-led. Of course, the accountability is there, and I go live in the group, and I'm trying to help people, and I've got people and they're talking, but a lot of these people are just not talking.
Yes, I've ran 2 groups so far. One of them very engaged, very into it. All of them losing weight. My second group, dead silence. Like I've had to check on them personally just to see if they're still breathing.
Alive? Yeah. And when I check on them, oh girl, I've lost 5 pounds. Like
Yeah, it's like, hello, did you not ask me? Yeah, I asked you guys to share, but yeah, totally.
That's what I hate is it helps.
But I do have some of those girls that are starting to get on a workout routine after they've lost some weight. So that's good.
Yeah.
They just need the individual attention instead of the group setting. And they don't realize that we have 500 people that we're trying to talk to.
Thank you.
Not literally, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's all I got, Lauren. Sorry.
Yay.
It was quick.
Don't say sorry. It's 8:45. You did great. And this is good because we all need this. It's good to, and it's who would have known if you Google call to action? Duh. I never even thought of that.
Well, somebody that I know has told me probably more times than I can count on my fingers and toes that they need to Google it. That's why I asked the question.
It was going to be our summit shirt one year. Damn it, Google it.
Because I've been told that more than my share. And I'm like, yes, I Googled it. No, dang it, I forgot.
And Pinterest, which is another thing. Pinterest, seriously? Wow. Yeah.
Well, I like Pinterest because it's typically like a picture. Because I honestly I'm going to be seeking help for ADHD. And so trying to keep my attention is awful. So Pinterest is better for me because it typically has the picture. So I'll sit and read the picture, but if I try to, sit and watch a video or whatever, my mind's going 100 different directions. And so it's really hard for me to concentrate on that. So that's why I go to Pinterest.
Told me something the other day. Jackie said, look into cannabis oil, Charlotte's Web, because it is helpful for children with ADHD and also anyone with a seizure disorder and any kind of neuron firing issues. So you could get some marijuana drops over the counter.
Yeah, well,
totally legal.
It was just voted in here in Oklahoma as well.
It's a medicinal. You can get it on the Amazon. Charlotte's Web cannabis oil.
Yeah, I have some emotional issues with that, so that's not something I'm willing to do at this point in time.
Just passing on information. You do with it as you will.
Ashley likes to ask questions. No.
Yes, she does.
No, never. Anything?
Oh my gosh, are you never gonna let that die? It was a compliment.
I know, I'm owning it.
Okay.
I'm not upset about it. I'm owning it. The funny thing is that, I told them about it at work, and they were like, oh, so other people tell you that? I was like, yeah, they do. They totally do.
And I get an award for it.
Yeah. And I got this, and I showed you, I took my cute little thing to my desk at work. So it sits there, and I was like, and I got that. That right there, because I like to ask questions.
That was such a cool idea.
Hey, we come up with every once in a while.
But I mean, you guys had to get there with those items, but then not to have to take them back. I thought that was a smart.
Yeah, pawn off our crap on Yelp. No, I'm just kidding. It was very, very smart and very sweet little things to make that day special. Specialer. That's a word. All right. It's 8:40. Hi, Braxton.
I sometimes think, I'm like, if we show them that we see them, maybe they'll leave her alone, but.
No.
No, she says
They'll
no.
probably love it. They'll love it.
All right, I'm gonna
All
stop
right,
the
so
recording.
this is good. Yeah, I tried.